So how does that affect the bag? Because I know like you can tell the States you get a little bit more love because you're kind of looked at as like a different and appreciated a little bit more, or versus like you said locally. So how does your bag get impacted? Like, because if you're doing the Magic Mondays or whatever nights you do exclusively and religiously, do you feel that your opportunity to make more money is limited because you're not going out as much out of the city and stuff? Or has it changed now because you've gotten to a level where people have to deal you kind of proper?
It's here and there. Because there are a lot of people in Toronto that don't know me. There's a lot of younger people that don't know me. So, I mean, they may have heard of me. So it's like, they just don't know how to deal with me. There's like, oh yeah, I heard you're big and, you know, I really want you at my party and stuff and stuff and stuff. But it still takes me to kind of guide them how to deal with me. Right? Because they might have dealt with other people and they think that is a standard, and I'm like, me and them are not the same. So it doesn't necessarily affect the bag in a sense, because how do I put this? In the States, they don't know you, so it's a lot more work for me out there because I have to kind of prove myself in a market that it's already saturated, and they do this all the time, you know? So it's like, you're a dancer, you're a dime a dozen. What makes you special? Yeah, I'm from Toronto. Okay, so what? Like, they still say that. They're like, okay, and then I have to go to the club and kind of show myself. Out here, I feel like I don't have to do that because I put in the work, right? But I still have to guide people how to even book a dancer or how to accommodate me when I'm at their events and stuff. So it doesn't necessarily affect the bag. It's just a different bag.
Right. So a lot of the new Toronto people that maybe they don't know you that well, they might be intimidated and not know what your value can, like, it could be, like, your value's there, but it's like they don't have to look at you and say, oh man, she's over like $5,000. I can't deal with that.
There's been people who told me straight up they didn't book me because they said I was going to be too expensive. And I'm like, really?
You're intimidating them that much, man.
Right. And then there's other people that were like, yo, I don't even want to pay Ice because Ice has been doing it for time. Like, we want somebody new. And I was like, yeah, I was saying that for a long time too. I want new girls. you know, I don't always want to be doing the party by myself. And it just took the Toronto to turn a tide. And it wasn't until COVID really started hitting there's 1,000 girls on the scene now. And I was like, where were you when we could have held a medical party and had a bigger bag? Most guys don't want to come outside because they're tired of seeing us 4 or 5 of us in Toronto that are dedicated to going outside.
Yeah.
You know, you have Alana, you have Tasha Mack, you have
shout out Tasha Mack, alumni.
You have Queen TT, you know, you have Kiana Sparks. Like, that's our alumni right now. Legit.
Everybody's on like OnlyFans and everybody's just emerging online now on their Instagram live saying, hey, look at me, I'm a dancer. It's like, you didn't come out. What were you scared of?
Exactly.
The day job?
Right.
Everybody has their reason, I'm sure. But like right now, I think because it's so scarce and because it's so real that like everybody's emerging and saying, fuck it, man. Like, I'm just going to take my family off my page and then like, yo, it's just on me.
But that's just survival. That has nothing to do with like actually talent and entertainment. That's why a lot of the girls out here, I'm like, okay, yeah, get your money because there is a market for it. And, you know, there's an avenue and a category for you. But like, you're not in my lane.
Yeah.
You know, you're not in Tasha Mack's lane. You're not in...
There's levels to this.
Right. Because anybody can just shake their ass. Like, there's an art form to shaking your ass.
Masterclass.
Right. Out of a nigga's black card. There's an actual level to it, you know? And not a lot of girls get that.
I want to just throw in something there because you did mention OnlyFans. And I just checked your Instagram and I see OnlyFans in your link.
Yeah.
Post-pandemic or pre-pandemic?
Post.
Yeah?
Just put that up the other day.
Yeah.
So how's it been post-pandemic transitioning into the whole OnlyFans world? Because that's a new world for a lot of people.
To be honest, like, I'm just now navigating it because while everybody was on lockdown, I was doing like Club COVID with like Snoopy and whatnot, right? And still trying to find a bearing as to like, yo, when am I going outside? 90% of my income has to do with a party.
Yeah.
you know, a club
Yeah, for sure.
or something, right?
Yeah.
So then when I got on OnlyFans initially, because that's not the first time I did it, this is my second round on
shit.
OnlyFans. When I first did it, it freaked me out because I made it OnlyFans, and then maybe not a couple weeks later, maybe like 1 or 2 weeks later, my friend sent me a link, and it was a hacker that hacked into OnlyFans.
Yeah, I remember when that was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And every girl's stuff was out there. Like, I was just seeing stuff, and I was like, wow, like that's really what goes on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that was like right in the beginning of the pandemic that happened.
Yeah. So I was like, hell nah. Like, hell nah. Like, I can't do that. Like, fuck it. But I had already posted it. And shout out to everybody that subscribed, because I got made a little cute change on that. Nah, like, made a little cute change, but I didn't know how to navigate it. And then when people were asking me for certain things, I was like, wow, like I'm not that person. I can be, but like not for the internet. You know,
levels to this, man.
Intimately, not for the internet. So it scared me. Now I realize that it's just another platform. You know, what I post a lot of provocative stuff on my Instagram. Why not post it on OnlyFans?
And take it off the Instagram.
Y'all got a lot of content for free, so I'm putting it on Instagram, on OnlyFans now. Like, it's done now. So that's my niche, because I seen celebrities going on there posting the exact same thing that they were doing on their Instagram, and making money. Why? Because they have a fan base. Okay, fine. You guys want to see me in like a little G-string? It's on OnlyFans now. I'm not posting on Instagram.
Gotta pay to play.
Hell yeah.
Smart lady.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your posting. We'll talk about this particular one here. A while back, I even got a little bit of eyebrows raised at this one. There was you and this boy on your Instagram page, and you were shouting him out like your son. So like a lot of people started wondering, like, yo, you're a mommy, or like, what's going on? Like, you have son 18 years old. Like, how you look so good and have a big old son like that? Like, so like.
And what's crazy is, shout out to my son. His birthday's actually today.
Oh shoot! Happy birthday, son!
Happy birthday, son. So I run it's like a boys and girls club for LGBT youth. It's called the Kiki Ballroom Alliance, and I am overall godmother of Canada Louboutin. So basically what it is, it's like a competition that happens every so often. They're called balls. We attend them, and we're in houses. So think of it like a sorority, like different sororities and crews coming up to link, and then it's just like, it could be fashion oriented, it could be voguing, it could be a whole array of different things, right? Which gets everybody engaged, involved, safe. So I'm in this group now, and he came in, and me and him, you know, got to talking, and he's really chill.
Her son, guys.
Yes, my son. Super intelligent boy. And we took a picture at an event for Sky Vodka, and we're just sitting there, and I just had the cup in my hand, and he's sitting behind me or beside me, side profile, and a photographer took the picture. And when they took the picture and we got back the picture, I was like, holy crow, like, you could actually be my son.
The resemblance was so
there
close.
was no resemblance, the cheeks, everything. Like, he looked like a younger male version of me, and he's my height. He was short. So I posted the picture, and I said it would be fun if I just fucked with the internet, because I like to do that sometimes.
Viral?
Yeah. So I just posted it on my Instagram, and I was like, thank you so much, son. You know, you made me a better person. And you know, when people become new moms, they just do that long post. I definitely did one of those.
I saw it, and that's why I was like, what?
And I posted it, and Toronto went crazy. They were like, no, that's not your fucking son. I've known you for so long. And I'm like, suppose I just, you know, he just went to boarding school or something, and he came back, or
went to the islands,
you know,
and, you know?
I told people I gave him up for adoption. I said I gave him up for adoption, and I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at how well and not well people knew me, because some people who's looked in my face every single week, apart from the weeks that I'm not here, really looked at me and was like, oh my God, congratulations. And I was like, congratulations? Like,
the reveal.
Right. You think I could have had a
old.
baby and not had a shower, not had nothing? Like, you know, so It was a dope viral moment for me.
So to clear the air, is there a son?
Nana Pitney.
No son, guys.
Nana Pitney.
I'm like, she looks too good. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm
Thank
like, I'm
you.
watching and I'm like, 18. I was trying to like do the math. I'm like looking at it and I'm just like,
Yeah.
no way.
So technically, if y'all good at math, if he was 18, then that means I would have had that kid at 13.
Which could be possible in some cases, but
In some cases too. But yeah. But like, yeah, that's my little man. I fucks with him.
okay.
Still.
We got to clear the air. And you took that picture down so nobody can even reference it.
Because
I went
people
back.
were bothering me, and then my mom hit me up. My mom was like, "What are you doing?" Like my mom knows that I'm on some fuckery, right? She just calls me like, "What are you on?" She's like,
She saw the picture?
Yeah, my mom's on my social media, so like,
oh wow,
y'all,
that is
letting
brave.
y'all know, my mom's on my social media, and so when going back to the Exodus video, that was the most explicit thing that I've done, and the only time I kept saying to myself, I was like, my mom, because we grew up Seventh-day Adventists. So we were super strict, no TV at sundown on Friday until the next day. You know, you cook before.
You broke out your shell.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. And some of y'all Seventh-day Adventists who went to Malton will tell you Club Paradise was up the street.
From the church.
From our church.
Oh
Shout
gosh.
out Emma, yo. Hold
was up the street from our church. So some of y'all, yeah, went to Paradise after church on the Saturday.
I went to church on the Sunday.
No, we go to church on Saturday. So yeah,
so daytime and then nighttime.
Seventh-day Adventist,
yeah.
yo.
So when you will go to church in the day, by Saturday evening,
Everybody's drinking and partying.
you're off the quote unquote off the hook. So you know you can go back to watching your stuff, and you know there wasn't a lot of social media, so they went to the club. Shout out.
I rate that, man. Like it's a convenient location.
Yeah, right there. So all who said they were sleeping over to go to Pathfinders in the morning, I know where y'all was last night. But yeah, so I kept saying my mom, and it goes back to when I first started dancing. I started dancing and me just being lazy. Airport Strip was 10 minutes away from my house. Okay. Yeah. So when I started dancing and not really thinking about, you know, my brothers and stuff and his friends and what people do outside of me seeing them outside on the block, some of my brother's friends seen me in the club and went and told my brother. My brother told my mother and was like, I'm going to beat her ass. And my mom was like, nah. So my older brother was a very strict one, dad that I probably never wanted. And Dexter was the soft, meek one. I used to watch wrestling with him and stuff. So my mom sent Dexter to the club. And they used to call me Diamond, coincidentally, when I was younger. And the lady who owned the club, when I just got to work, she called me downstairs and was like, oh, there's a guy here to see you. So that's not abnormal for me, for me to be working and somebody request me.
But a guy is a particular type of guy coming to check you.
Yeah, right? Minimum. So I just come downstairs and I'm click-clacking and I'm walking and I'm strutting and I'm like, hell yeah, daddy. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, literally, fuck. And then Dexter's just sitting there and he doesn't really drink. He drinks like a beer, but he wasn't really drinking. He just sat there. And I remember him being at the front of the club. So I had to pass everybody. And he just sat there and he was just like, are you safe? Is anybody trafficking you? Are you okay? Is this something that you want to do? And I was like, yeah, no.
You couldn't wait till we talk outside?
No, but like it again, like I don't really talk a lot about my family and it's not for nothing, but it's just I grew up different with a different sense of I guess respect and sense of what is the word? Independency. So they were just like, you're of sound mind, but are you okay? Mm-hmm. And that's all like my family's ever asked me in anything that I've done, school, track, you know, stripping, whatever. Like, are you okay? Like, are you of sound mind? And is anybody forcing you to do this? And I said, no. And he was like, all right. He's like, okay, I'll talk to Brian, but like, you're going to have that conversation with mom. But mom sent me down here. And I was like, oh, okay. Wow. And then it was just an unspoken thing between my mom. My mom knew I danced and she just always asked me like, are you okay? Mm-hmm. How are you feeling? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Going to work. She's like, oh, okay, cool. So the Dexter Dash video, I was like, nah, like
she's gonna know.
Yeah, because when your mom can like think whatever and just whatever, you know, it just goes through her head. But for her to actually visually see it, my mom's been to my show one time.
She supported. Wow.
Yeah, I was doing a show in Ottawa, and she came, and her and my aunt came to my show, and I remember guys were smoking in the club, and I just looked at them and I was like, "Yo, my mom's here." I'm like, "Can you just take it to the back or something?"
They're like, "Your mom?"
Yeah,
she dancing too.
No, she just and that's what I'm saying. Like, I get at Toronto a lot, but Toronto's respectful when it comes to those type of things. You know, we're really polite. So the guys just literally looked at me and said, "All right," and just cleared it to the back of the club. And then my mom stayed a little bit after like my first song, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm going back to the hotel," and she cut. That was the only time my mom seen me dance.
But like you were still clothed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Majority of the time I'm clothed. Unless you throw in some big bank, you will see me clothed. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the guys
So,
spend.
yeah. So then moving into Dexter Apps, I was naked in that video, and then for it to be viral and accessible to people, I'm looking at, you know, SDA people, her church people, her friends, my friends.
But the trailer was done in a way where you didn't see, like you were naked, but like it was like subliminals. Like it was like implied visuals. Like you could tell that you weren't wearing a top, but you weren't seeing you topless.
Yeah, until you used to watch the video and I'm like fake having an orgasm. You know, and so for older people, especially my mom, I was like, yo, I don't even know what she would think. And then my mom just told me, like, you know, it's art. And I cried.
She's like, "You shape good. You come from me."
Right? Yeah,
skin nice. Good, you know, shea butter.
She told me it was art, and if I was okay with the work, then she'd be okay with it. And I cried, and I was like, wow, like that's crazy. Like,
everybody's parents are so supportive with the people I talk to on this show, man. Jeez.
My mom's a G.
It's good.
My mom's a G. Like, I'll be around her. I'll go to the house and I'll get ready to go to work. And she just look at me. She's like, "Where are you going?" I said, "Work." And she'll just be like, "Okay." You know? And
I love that.
Yeah, because for a long time I thought she didn't care, but she cared. She's just been
Giving
like
you
that.
Your space.
Yeah, she's been like that with all of my brothers and sisters. Like, as long as you're good, you're fine. Because you know what? Anytime you're not good, you can come home. You know, you can come to me. And so,
that's popular.
Shout out, mommy.
The support's always good.
La madre. Yeah.